What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Dead on Dave. Sorry for my insane-ass intro, doing all kinds of crazy things. I don't know what's going on. My computer's going crazy. I'm deleting files. Everything is going fucking crazy, and I can't sleep, so I'm doing a late-night version of 5 questions. As you can see, this smooth drink of water right next to me. I got the man, Jarren Walker. Well, the almost man, Jarren Walker. He's a man boy, but we'll call him man to give him a little bit of... Oh, no. See, and now, look what are you doing. What are you doing? All credibility out the window. Good job. Good job.
Those are my mom's glasses.
What's going on, Jarren? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. My dog just threw up again, by the way, if you didn't hear it.
Is she eating it again?
Yeah, she ate it.
Lovely. Lovely.
But I'm good. Thank you.
That's good. Hey, thanks for joining me here. Well, to be honest, let's tell it how it is. You just begged me to be on this damn thing.
Yeah, I've been trying to get on this thing since it started.
You have. You've been making subtle hints.
That's how
that have not been subtle at all. What's that? I missed that. What'd you say?
That's how I ended up being a co-host on the Joe Cronin show. I just kind of spammed him for.
I am a stalker.
Yeah, basically. That describes me.
Ain't nothing wrong with stalking. All right, well, let's go ahead. Let's get to this thing. You know how the game is played. I ask you 5 questions, and you must answer them. If you answer badly, you displease the mighty Dave.
Okay.
Are you ready to play?
I'm ready.
Question 1. Give me your 3 top WrestleMania matches of all time.
Ooh.
Yeah, coming out swinging.
That's a good one. Can I get just a little time to think about it?
You can have a few seconds.
A few seconds. Got it.
Remember, we're losing viewers. While you're thinking, we're losing viewers. If the show fails, it's because of you.
All right. I would have to say one of the Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker matches.
Okay.
Okay. Another Shawn Michaels match, the one at WrestleMania 10, was it?
Again,
was it 10? Was it Razor
which
Ramon?
one? No, Razor Ramon. Yeah, it was 10.
Okay, then that one.
The first ladder match.
I like that one. And then Stone Cold versus another Shawn Michaels match at WrestleMania 14.
Nice. See, he hates that match. Shawn Michaels absolutely hates that match.
I didn't know that. Wow.
He was basically dying to get. I mean, he barely made it through that match. That was his retirement match. At least he thought it was going to be.
His first one, yeah.
Yeah, he thought that was going to be it for him. He didn't know he'd be coming back, and arguably his second run was better than his first.
It was.
You can definitely make the case for it. Definitely.
Except for the DX stuff, maybe.
I don't know. I like the DX run.
Yeah?
I liked yeah, in 2006, I enjoyed that.
I enjoyed it too, but not as much as like 98 or 90.
It was a different DX. I mean, there was. Yeah. I think there was just great differences between them, but I thought they were both cool, and they were from different eras and fun.
I actually remember at my great-grandmother's house, me and my mom were watching WWE 24/7 on demand.
Oh, God.
And, I didn't know what it was because I wasn't really alive during that time, so I clicked on a DX Christmas.
Oh, Christ.
And like they just like take off all of their clothes, and all you hear is the announcer go, "Oh, look at those nuts!"
Look at those nuts. It was good times. Are you ready for question 2?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right. Within 100 miles, approximately, how far is New York from New Orleans?
Within 100 miles?
Approximately.
Okay. Jesus. I mean, I'm not sure about the actual number, but I mean, I can guess.
Yeah, guess.
Okay. I'm going to do an estimated guess here.
Okie dokie.
I know for a fact, because I actually researched this one, that from New York to Florida is about 1,000 miles. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to say to Louisiana, 1,100.
Okay. I don't know the answer. I just thought I'd ask an expert.
Neither do I. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully I'm right. Within 100 miles. So hopefully.
Question 3. What do you think is the most overrated moment or match in WrestleMania history?
Overrated? Overrated or what was the other word?
Overrated match or moment.
Moment. Okay.
Yeah, like what's a moment in WrestleMania that everybody talks about that maybe wasn't as great as everyone thinks it was?
John Cena versus The Rock.
Ooh.
Because
Ooh.
with all the build-up, of course, it was, the build-up from WrestleMania 27,
Yeah.
and then they had the biggest match of all time, which turned
Once
out to
in a
just
lifetime, yeah.
which just turned out to be some submission moves, and you could hear them talking to each other. It wasn't as good as it was supposed to be.
Yeah, it definitely does get made out to be a better match than what it actually was, too. The Rock
Yeah.
was sucking wind. That's a really good answer, Jarren. I got to give you credit. Good answer.
Thank you.
Really good answer. I mean, you could have went balls out and said, Andre jumped when Hogan picked him up. It was bullshit. But I like the answer. I like the answer.
Thank you.
All right. Question number 4.
3.
What is the most interesting
Oh,
thing?
wait.
What's that?
Nothing. I thought it was 3, but it's 4. Forget it.
Yeah. Let me stir the ship here, okay, buddy?
Okay.
All right. Question 4. What is the most interesting thing about yourself that no one really knows?
The most interesting thing about myself.
Yes. That no one really knows.
That no one really knows. Oh, Jesus. I don't know if it's gonna be interesting or not. I mean, it could be interesting in a weird way. I spend about 6-7 hours of my day WWE based.
Really?
I don't know if that. Yeah, I mean, whether it be playing WWE 2K14 or going on WWE's YouTube channel or watching WWE programming itself, or even just thinking about it, or talking about it to my friends. Most of my day consists of WWE or from wearing a wrestling shirt, if that counts.
Yeah, sure that counts. That's
yeah.
impressive.
Which is probably more than anybody in my school ever, because I think I'm the biggest wrestling fan in my school.
Yeah.
I think that's fair to say. I'm very committed, no matter what happens.
Committed to the cause.
Yeah. So I guess if you count that as interesting.
Oh, I think that's interesting. That's pretty cool. I think people might have been able to guess that you're a wrestling nerd, but, it's okay. The 5th and final question. And since you think about wrestling as much as you did, I think this is a great question. If you were a wrestler, what would your name be and what would your gimmick be?
Okay. I've always had a fantasy about this, right? I've had a fantasy that I want to go into wrestling I actually did want to be a wrestler for like several years. Mm-hmm. I wanted to actually have my same name because you rarely see gimmick names become top stars in WWE. Like, even if it's like maybe like a fake name like Roman Reigns or something, but I want to stick with Jarren Walker because Shawn Michaels, John Cena, Randy Orton all got to the top and they kept their name. So I don't really want to change it and like not be somebody who,
You want to be WWE champion Jarren Walker.
Yes.
Okay. And what would your gimmick be? Are you gonna just be a extension of yourself, or?
What do you mean by gimmick though? Like, give me like a good like.
Well, like, I mean, are you gonna be an arrogant dick? Are you gonna be basically who you are? Are you going to? Are you gonna play a gay hairstylist? I mean, your gimmick. What's your shtick? What are you gonna do to get over with the fans?
I've always wanted to be one of those cocky, authority-hating jackasses like Dean Ambrose and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
When you're going cocky, I was like, maybe he's going to say, please say something like Ravishing Rick Rude, because that would be hysterical.
But, see, I don't want to be a heel, though.
Oh, you want to be a face?
Yeah.
I got a feeling you'd be booed. I'm just saying, I don't know.
You think so?
Based off of the limited history we have of you and crowds of people, I got a feeling you're going to get booed.
That's actually a fair thing to say.
I think it's very fair.
That's a fair thing to say. I have a way of stirring up people's emotions, I guess you want to call it.
You definitely can rub people. There's no question.
I can rub people the wrong way, and I think that
we're gonna. I just figured it out. I just got your gimmick for you.
Okay.
Jarren, the human cheese grater Walker.
Why cheese grater?
Because you grate on people's fucking nerves, buddy. The way it's like the grinding teeth. It's wonderful.
Jeez.
See, okay. I could say that because I love you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
See, now that and I'm listening to it again. It sounds boring. Like that gimmick sounds boring. But think about it. Like the guys that made it in WWE, they don't necessarily have to be good wrestlers. With the exception of like Shawn Michaels. John Cena is the man in wrestling. He was, I guess. Randy Orton was the man.
Yeah.
I
think it also depends on the era. I think the era really dictates a lot of that too. But you're right. Like Glacier, it was not going to be a huge star, Yeah. It's stuff like that. I mean, even Diesel and Razor Ramon, I feel they only had so high they were going to go. Kevin Nash and Scott Hall, on the other hand, they were going skies at a limit.
There you go, Hulk Hogan. There you go. That's what I was about to say, Hulk Hogan.
Well, Hulk Hogan. See, as much as that's a name, that is a gimmick. Hulk Hogan is a gimmick.
You really think it's a gimmick?
Yeah. Well, for one, it's not his real name, and we know that. And he's Terry Bollea, but yeah, Hulk Hogan's a gimmick because he's a shitbag in real life, and I mean everybody knows it. I mean, it's incredible how big of a shitbag this guy really is. I mean, he made a sex tape with his friend's wife and then tries to sue everybody in the world for it getting leaked. I mean, he's a shitbag. This guy is an absolute shitbag. But you know what? He sells merchandise, brother. So let me tell you something, dude. Hulkster is coming. Yeah, he's coming all right. He might be coming into your friggin' wife. Yeah, keep your.
Do you mind if I turn the tables for a second and ask you a question?
Ooh, now see, this is interesting. I like that. Yes, go ahead.
I actually have two questions. Ooh,
bring them on.
Stir it up the pot even more. I'm actually going to ask you the same question you asked me just now about the wrestling name and gimmick. What would that be?
Well, see, I went to wrestling school for 2 weeks.
Right, 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2. I know it might not be much, but I did go at least enough to put some thought into this. And in fact, I already have a gimmick that I would have used, and I've said it on the Joe Cronin show, and he absolutely hated it, but I don't care. I would be going by Dave Danger.
Ooh.
Yes, Dave Danger. It's my gimmick I've used for every wrestler I've ever created in every wrestling game I've ever played in my life. And yes, Dave Danger, and he's just one of those guys that you just never know when he's going to take you to the deep end, to the parts of the water that you've never been.
That's really
zone. Yeah, well, it can be sexual. I mean, you never know. Dave Danger could be a rapist. You don't know.
You can come shirtless and pour honey on your nipples. How about that?
Exactly. Yeah, I'm going to be the guy who pours honey on my titties and then kills myself in the center of the ring.
Kill yourself.
Kill yourself, motherfucker. No.
Oh, wow.
And what is the second question, young squire?
The second question is, are you ready for this, Dave?
Of course, I'm always ready.
Do you have a bigger penis than Seth Rollins? Truthfully.
Yes. Yes, I do. It doesn't work well anymore, but I absolutely am hung better than Seth Rollins. And I've seen the picture, and you know what? I measure it all the time. You see these hands? That's a pretty big, good-sized hand. It's bigger than middle finger to palm. Just do the math. Let's extrapolate.
How'd you look at my hand? How about that? My hand is like freaking huge. And I'm half black, and my shoe size is a 14. What does that tell you, huh, Dave?
You got bigger feet than me. Well, you got big socks at the very least.
Yeah.
That's what it tells me.
I have ginormous socks.
Yeah. Let me see that hand again.
Here you go.
Let me see that hand.
Look.
Let me see how it is compared to your face.
Are you gonna like virtually smack me?
If I was there, I would have too. Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
does this help?
Yeah. Thank you for giving yourself the face hugger. I appreciate that.
No problem. This is my finisher.
That's what I do.
That's what
I got a bonus question for you.
Oh, go ahead.
All right. And I'm only going to ask you this because I promise that every time that I have you on this show or any show, I'm going to ask you this question until everybody is satisfied. But did you, in fact, go to WrestleMania?
Okay. I did. I'm not going to, sit here and, try to give you this whole big explanation.
No, you don't have to.
Just a bunch of excuse. I'm not trying to, because everything I say is, there's a, quote, excuse. So I don't want to argue anymore, but I am sticking by.
I'm going to ask you every single time, man.
That's fine.
It's going to happen. Just because I want people to either accept it or move the fuck on. So I have to beat it to death. I'm beating the horse to death for you.
Okay.
I'm here for you, buddy.
I mean, thank you. I appreciate it. So, have you been to any wrestling events yourself?
Yes, many.
Like any televised ones?
Yeah, I was at 2001 or 2000, No Way Out. Triple H and Stone Cold Steve Austin, 3 Stages of Hell. I think it was 2000.
Wow.
It might have been 2001. That was probably the biggest event that I've ever been to live. But I've been to numerous house shows and a couple. No, you know what? I was also in the crowd. 2000 Monday Nitro when Kiss was there. I was there for that. I had free tickets to that. And a few others. I've been to many Monday Nitros. Whenever Monday Nitro was in Vegas, I was there.
Wow.
Yeah.
I wish I could go to a WCW event. That'd be cool.
It was crazy, man. Going in the heyday was nuts.
And you could throw stuff in the ring then, right?
Oh, cool. Well, people were throwing shit at some of the wrestlers, yeah, but it was highly frowned upon.
Yeah.
While I have you here, I did promise the next time I made a video that I would talk about something. I actually meant to talk about it at the beginning of the video, but since we got into a good conversation, we'll go ahead and we'll talk about it real quick, and I'm kind of glad I have you here for it. Seth Rollins, you brought him up, this whole situation with him, people were thinking that it was not going to be a big deal. However, things are starting to change. With all the media coverage that this situation is getting, apparently the backstage talk is now Seth Rollins will be fined for this. A very small amount, but he will be fined for this. Wow. And apparently this is completely Vince McMahon's call. Triple H does not want Seth Rollins fined. He thinks it's ridiculous. But Vince feels that somebody needs to be held accountable. Now, the question is this. There are a lot of backstage rumblings stating that Seth could possibly be losing his push over this situation. Because apparently it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to be champion sometime very soon, maybe even as soon as WrestleMania.
Mr. Money in the Bank, yeah.
Yeah. Now, there is a possibility that this goes away. If it does, is this just? Is this fair? What do you think of this entire situation?
See, I don't think that Seth Rollins released these pictures. Now, mind you, this would have never happened if Seth Rollins didn't cheat on his fiancée.
Very true.
It is very true. So really, it's Seth Rollins' fault, and there was backlash. And I think Seth Rollins deserved the embarrassment that he got, but I don't think he deserves to get it because he did not release any pictures.
No, he did not release any pictures. That's true. But
the crowd is going to give him a lot, though.
Oh, yes. The crowd's going to give him shit. And it's unfortunate for him that the media picked up on this as much as they did. If it wouldn't have been picked up so heavily, apparently WWE is really pissed off because I can't remember his name. I wish I had his name in front of me. But a fairly big radio host in New York talked about this morning for over 15 minutes.
Wow. Wait, New York. I live in New York. Do you know what state?
I don't know the name. I don't have the name on me. I'm sorry.
Am I Rosenberg?
That's exactly who it was. That's exactly who it was. Yes. Rosenberg. Yeah, that's the name I read. That's exactly who it was.
It's on the most popular hip hop and R&B rap radio station in all of the tri-state area.
Apparently, he talked about it for over 15 minutes today.
Wow, he's a wrestling fan.
Yeah. So, and WWE was not happy about that. So I don't know if it's fair, but it's certainly, hell, Jack Swagger lost his push over smoking weed. I mean, you can make the argument in this type of era, what's worse, smoking weed or having your dick out there. And considering Seth Rollins' past with the porn industry that people tend to forget about, Seth Rollins has made some kind of gay porn in the past. People cyber
No,
fights.
he didn't. No, he did not.
Cyber fights. Go look up cyber fights, sucker.
Wow.
Go Google cyber fights and have your mind blown.
A whole new set of information. All right. Look, I honestly don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I feel bad for Seth Rollins because he's one of the most talented guys on the roster right now.
He is.
And again, none of this would happen if he cheated. This is my thing. I don't think WWE superstars or divas are smart to date people that don't work in the company, but here they have a new dating policy. They're on the road.
Wait. The no dating policy refers to wrestlers and backstage people. Wrestlers can still date each other. They cannot date any management or any personnel who works camera crew. They can't date any crew. They can date each other, not crew.
So what about I think Dean Ambrose had a thing with Renee Young. Is that allowed?
Apparently, yeah. Well, because she's still an on-screen talent. I think it should be fine. But apparently, they're just they're friends with benefits. That's what I've read.
Got it. Oh, well, wait, whoa.
Yeah.
It goes all lunatic fringe on her.
Hey, yeah, let me tell you. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quick, and I probably should save these for tomorrow, but oh well. China, in light of all these things that's been coming out, China, during her Big Shoot interview with Vince Russo, is stating that Triple H assaulted her.
That's crazy.
I don't believe for a friggin' second. There's a few reasons as to why. She has no credibility. I mean, her credibility is zero. And all the things that this woman has come out and said over the years, why hasn't this been said before? I mean, she has said that even in the porn that we saw with her and Sean Waltman, she claims that was rape. She has said that on the record, which is insane, because if you go back and watch that, you really have to question who's doing the fucking anyway, you know? It's quite crazy. This woman is absolutely lost her mind. Triple H responded in a perfect way. So I don't know. What do you think of that situation?
I think she just got. Her name obviously came up again, and she probably just got offended. She probably gets offended real easily, and she tries to add herself, make herself relevant again.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to make herself look relevant and cause problems because of the fact that she won't be inducted into the Hall of Fame anytime soon. Yeah. Maybe she got offended because of that and then stated a bunch of whole things about Triple H. Yeah. As a publicity stunt, because you haven't really seen her anywhere, except for the internet environment. But
yeah, I know, right?
But she really hasn't had any relevance in a long time.
No, she hasn't. And you know what? Let's put a little bit of the blame here on Vince Russo for being a complete scum-sucking opportunist that he is. He saw that the name got brought up. He saw that she had a little bit of play because of what Triple H said about her a couple weeks ago. So he gets on the phone and he says, "Hey, China, I'll pay you so and so much money to get over here and let's do a full shoot interview. Let's bury that son of a bitch one more time." He's such a scumbag. I cannot stand Vince Russo, and I would love to have him on my show one day because he likes to talk tough to people. I'd love for him to come on and try that shit with me because I'm not some stupid hick who doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. I got enough background on him and the wrestling industry where I would absolutely love to have a one-on-one conversation with Vince Russo.
Virtually
I would love to do it. I'd sit on the little skinny fuck, I can tell you that. So I'm on fire. I'm in a bad mood.
Hey, I don't blame you. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on lately. It's awesome.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's absolutely
amazing.
Crazy.
Can I just say one more thing before I go?
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
What is up with Dave Rose and this 9, 10 rating thing? What is this?
I kind of feel
bad.
bad.
This guy is on drugs. Now, mind you, I like Dave Rose. Dave Rose is one of the most honest, articulate guys that I've ever seen in my life. But what is up with this crack-smoking pipe junkie? Holy crap. You must go and say Raw was a 9 or 10. Now, mind you, like you said, Raw was entertaining.
Yes.
I don't think Raw was a 9 or 10 at all.
No, I gave it a 7, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, mind you, there were some good matches in there, but there wasn't too much wrestling.
To kind of stick up for Dave Rose here, I'm going to kind of stick up for Dave Rose because he did write me the next day. And he was like, I want to do a video. I want to kind of clarify my statement. I kind of want to look back on things and stuff. And I just wasn't feeling very good, so I didn't do it. So I kind of he was going to kind of rebut a little bit and try to explain his position a little bit more. So yeah, let's not beat up on the man too much on that. But what can I say? Cocaine is a hell of a drug, you know?
It is. I want to clarify. I mean, I don't want to embarrass Dave Rose. I love Dave Rose, even though I barely met the guy. But Dave Rose is one of the coolest guys that I've seen in the YouTube world, and no offense to him whatsoever.
Yeah. No, I love Dave Rose. In fact, I think he's the second best Dave in the Joe Cronin universe. So I mean, that's
second best Dave.
Second best Dave. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. That's wear that as a badge of honor.
So, all right.
Oh, look, man, I really appreciate you giving me some time here. And you know what? Now you're going to be the envy now because you got more time than anybody else, and you got to talk about real wrestling things. Tony's going to be up my ass. Tim King, or not Tim King, Mr. Supreme's going to be like, what the F? I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's Jarren.
So you can have all those guys on, but let me tell you something, Dave. None of them will ever be as entertaining and whatever other adjective you could put in there as me. So just tell those guys to back off and wait in line for the next series that Dave decides to do, because I own this now. This is I'm the champion of this series now.
Okay, and on that note, click. I had to cut him off. I had to cut him off. The kid lost his friggin' mind. I had to cut him off there. Hey, remember, everybody, go ahead and make sure you check out NXT tonight. The big pay-per-view spectacular. I'm Dead on Dave. Hope you enjoyed this episode of 5 Questions. We will see you next time. Peace.